Hey guys, what's up? Brianna here from Briach Designs, and today I'm going to take our indented text effect one step further. So this is what we learned last week, and this week we're going to be learning something along the same lines, but we're just going to take it a few steps further in this tutorial. Now I'm thinking I'm going to probably bring these tutorials out probably every Monday, probably every Monday would probably be a good idea. So yeah, be on the lookout for every Monday. I'm going to shoot for every Monday, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I'm going to try and get on a schedule with these because, yeah, I just think they're pretty important and a lot of people look forward to them. So what we're going to do now is we're going to, well, let's edit the text because it looks pretty boring. So let's just edit the word. The text itself doesn't look too boring, but the word does. Alright, so let's put my name. And let's change the font. A font is actually very important. It can make or break your piece sometimes. You know, if you don't have the right font, it's just not going to look right. It all has to flow, and the font it takes a really large role in that. So I recommend that you don't just choose any font and be like, oh yeah, that's good. Because I've seen a lot of backgrounds and stuff that just have really terrible fonts, and it just doesn't look good. So we're going to zoom out just a little bit. And once we change the font, it should be a little better. Okay, I don't know what I did there. I think it's just because my computer's slow at the moment. Alright, we can also change the height right here, so if we want it smaller, we can make it smaller. Not really liking that font. Usually I do, but let's see. I like cursive a lot, so it's hard for me to not choose cursive in Cinema 4D because usually it doesn't look good. Alright, this font should do the job. It's not actually going to go on a background. Okay, so here we've got this font. So after I render this out, you're going to see the indent effect once again. I think that looks pretty sick, if I should say so myself. Yeah, I really like that actually. Let's see. I'm actually going to change the color to a darker color because you're going to want the lighter color for the chips that I'm going to put in it. So change it to like a black or a gray or something like that. I like this material. I couldn't think of the name a lot. If you have this pack, I just grabbed a random material pack, but it's in most material packs. It's called Foggy. It looks pretty sick. As you can see, it's kind of grungy right there. So yeah, I really like that. So yeah, I have two things rendering at one time, so that's why my computer is running pretty slow right now. Alright, so we're going to select each mode text together, and then we're going to go to plugins, Throsy. You're going to need Throsy for this. If you don't have Throsy, then just click out of this tutorial, or you can just download it for free, and just click on Throsy. And I'm going to break this into 15, I should probably do a smaller number. Let's do 10 pieces, because my computer's a little slow right now. I'm going to pause this and come back when it's all broken. Okay, so now that it's all broken, it's going to look like this, and you're just going to exit out of this pop-up. And you're going to want to select all these and make them check marks instead of X's. There's a lot of them, actually. That's a lot. Okay. Just gonna move this down a little bit, and yeah, select all of those. Actually, we don't need them all selected, but what you're going to do is you're going to like click on the front of the letters, and then it's going to highlight like that, and it's also going to highlight something over here. And then you're going to come over here to whatever is highlighted, and you can just kind of like pick and choose what good pieces kind of look like. If you can see the piece, then it's probably a good piece. If it's like this, you can't actually see the piece, then it's not a good piece. Which one did I have? That's a good piece because you can actually see the lines right there. That's a really good piece, but it's very large. You don't need something that large for this. So let's do this one. That's a good piece. And we're going to go down and pick a bright material, something like this. And we're just going to replace the second material, not the first one right here, but this one over here, and that's the material that you've put on it yourself, and it's going to turn that blue, or whatever color you choose. And then when I render this out, you can see that that part is blue. There you go, you can see that that part is blue, and that's all that's changed really. You can keep doing this by that's just because it didn't render properly. You can keep doing this by clicking on each letter and finding the piece that's highlighted. So that would be this piece, and then we just, click a piece in here, see what piece is good, and then we replace it. And then what you can do is you can bring this into Photoshop. So I can render this and bring it into Photoshop, and let me just render it out quickly. Actually, I'm going to add a few more pieces to make it just look cooler, and I'm probably going to change it to red because it's a little brighter, and I'll be right back. Okay, and now we can see that this is rendered out in Cinema 4D, so we're just going to open it in Photoshop, go File, Open, and then find your file, open it. And I'm just going to center this because I'm not going to add it to a background or anything. And actually, I'm going to show you a little tip. In order to center something, you can just press Control A, and then make sure you're on the top tool, the arrow tool, and you can press the center, vertical, and horizontal, and it just centers it right there. Okay, now I'm just going to add a backdrop to this. Actually, let's put a gradient here. That's a good gradient. Okay, I wanted it to be a radical. There we go. A radial, my bad. Let's just reverse these. There we go. Wow, that looks nice already. Alright, so you can see that the lines right here, they're like really cut and just, they look really horrible. So what you're going to do is you can use an oil paint for this, so you can go Filter, Oil Paint. This sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it just makes it look cooler though. So we're just going to zoom in on one of the lines and play with the stylization and cleanliness. Yeah, it's obviously not really working too well with the oil paint, but we're going to do it anyway. And then we're going to take our smudge tool, make it a little larger, and we're going to just smudge it down a little bit. And you want to make sure you don't really disrupt the outer part. It's okay if you do, because it's not going to be that noticeable. But if you just go like that, it's obviously going to be noticeable. So just be careful, because you're doing this free-handedly. But yeah, try and go the way that the letter goes to make it look like it's, you know, run through a flattender or something like that. It's flattened into the letter. So yeah, to me that looks really cool. This is probably my favorite effect. I actually made it up myself. I've never seen anybody use it before. Not the way I use it anyway. I've seen different variations of it, but I've never seen it the way I use it. But yeah, I came up on this on my own, so I don't think you're gonna find this tutorial anywhere else unless, you know, yeah. Alright, and now that's looking really good. Now what we can do is we can create we can duplicate this layer by taking the layer and dragging it down to this icon right there, and go filter gallery, and with the glowing edges we can play with the edge width and the brightness, and that looks good. Then we're just going to lower the opacity to about 18. I think that looks good. It looks kind of cartoonish. It looks pretty cool. It's still a little dark though, so we can use the dodge tool. We can come over here and use the dodge tool, but sometimes that doesn't do the job. So the other thing that we can do is we can create a new layer and then press Alt in between the two layers to create a clipping mask, and then we can take our paintbrush and make it white, make it a little larger, and put this on overlay. And you can see it just starts to brighten it up. And just start painting over where it's dark. And it starts to brighten it up. And then if you still don't think that's bright enough, then you can go ahead and take the dodge tool and go over it on the original layer, and you can go over it even more. If you click a lot, then you'll get, you know, more of an effect, but sometimes it'll look like blotchy like that. But you're gonna want to just kind of rub it while you're clicking. So yeah, guys, that's really all there is to this effect. Like I said, I created this all on my own. I've never seen a tutorial on this or anything like that, so hopefully this is an original. If you guys want to suggest a tutorial for next week, you can go ahead and suggest it down in the comments below, or PM me, and I'll definitely make a tutorial on whatever you guys want. Alright? Yeah, that's really it to this effect, and I hope you enjoy, and yeah guys, thanks for watching.